Our top story, Indonesia has stepped up search and rescue efforts for the Lion Air flight which plunged into the Sea of Jakarta. Now, so far, 10 bodies have been recovered from the crash site. Rescue teams are deploying underwater beacons to trace its black box recorders and uncover why the almost new plane crashed minutes after takeoff. The search and rescue teams are using 4 sonar detectors in the area where the aircraft debris was found. 15 vessels are scoring the sea surface as well. Now, retrieving the cockpit voice and data recorders of the Lion Air Flight 610 has been the focus of the investigators in Indonesia. And at Jakarta's port, officers laid out items retrieved from the sea ranging from oxygen bottles to personal belongings such as wallets and mobile phones, as well as cash and backpacks, despite a failure to locate the flight data recorders after the initial 24-hour search. The chief of the National Search and Rescue Agency expressed confidence that search and recovery operations would go unobstructed in the coming days thanks to the favorable weather conditions.
We have retrieved at least 10 body bags from the site, and our operation has been continuous for 24 hours except for diving due to choppy waters and strong current. But the dive operation has resumed from 6 a.m. local time. Today we will continue to search on surface and underwater. We will use a piece of equipment called multi-beam echo sounder that allows us to see the objects underwater.
And well, Patrick Falk, my colleague, is joining us from the Transport Ministry outside of it in central Jakarta in Indonesia. And Patrick, thanks for talking to us this afternoon. You were at that press conference that just took place. What is the latest that you're hearing?
Well, as a matter of fact, the press conference is still taking place, and I was listening in just a moment ago to see if I could get some key takeaways from it. What we've heard so far is that actually most of the debris was removed from the surface over the last day and a half or so, and actually the focus now is using sonar technology to find the main wreckage, the main body of the plane under the surface of the water. We also learned that there have been offers of help from Argentina, the USA, Singapore and Malaysia, but also there was a question that was brought up during the press conference about whether or not the Lion Air flight was fit to fly. Now, authorities didn't exactly, from what I understand, give an entirely clear response on who was responsible for making that decision, but it is certainly something that it is looking into. We've also heard reports that there may be 2 additional bodies that have been retrieved just in the last couple of hours. That's 2 additional bodies to the 10 that you mentioned earlier on, although we do need to verify that report. And as you say, the main focus right now is on retrieving the missing bodies and also the black box recorder to find out what exactly happened.
Right, and of course the black box would be, Patrick, crucial to the investigation. Now, you were of course also at the port earlier on where the rescue operations have been underway for a while. What can you tell us about that?
Well, yeah, there's an intense operation going on at Tanjung Priok. It has been going on for more than a day. It went through the night as well. The Indonesian President Joko Widodo ordered that it continue through the night under lights to find out as quickly as possible what happened to flight JT610. Now, there was a lot of optimism about being able to recover as much as they could today because of the favourable weather conditions, but it doesn't seem as though they have necessarily gotten as far as we might have expected. There were a lot of ambulances down there earlier on, so that might suggest that they were expecting more bodies to have turned up. We also got a look at some of the items that had been retrieved from the sea, mainly personal belongings, shoes, clothes, and we also saw broken bits of plane and also mangled seats, which suggests, gives an idea of the force of the crash. And Of course, there was some confusion that was cleared up about how many bodies have been retrieved as well, because there were 24 body bags, but we were told that 14 of them didn't actually contain bodies, they contained personal belongings, and there are 10 confirmed deaths. Now, if those two that I mentioned as well are to be added to that, so then the official death toll right now is 12, although of course it is unlikely at this point that we are going to find any survivors.
Absolutely, Pratik. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with the very latest there. We will keep coming back to you for more through the day. Thanks for that update.